Right, hello! I thought I would do a buggy review on my newest purchase, which is the Maxi-Cosi Loola. I'm over the moon with this buggy, that's why I thought I would do a quick review on it. I've watched a few reviews online, and I thought I'd just do my own because I find them really helpful when you're thinking of buying a buggy or when you are waiting for one to be delivered, and it's nice to hear the pros and cons of the buggies that are out there on the market. As anyone will tell you, any of my friends, people that know me, I am a bit of a buggy freak, and with my son who's now 3.5, I think he got through about 8 buggies, or I got through about 8 buggies with him. This is the newest purchase which I bought off eBay. I bid on it really because it was just super cheap. I managed to win it for £8.50 and it was just down the road to go and collect it, so you can't really argue with that. Obviously this is going to be for our next baby, so it's going to be in the cupboard for quite a while, but I've had a play with it and I'm really impressed with it, so I thought I'd just go through it with you guys really and hope that you like it too. Right, so first thing that I was really impressed with on this buggy is the fact that it is front facing and rear facing. But it can also be folded with the seat unit actually on, which is one of the things that I really wanted. I wanted to have a front and a rear facing buggy, but I didn't want to have one that you had to keep taking the main part of the buggy off every time you wanted to fold it, just for storage reasons and also for getting it in and out of the car. The only downside I would say to it, but I think it's just one of those things that once you have played with it a bit, you will be better at it, but taking the unit off is easy, but just clicking it back on again, I think it's one of those things that you're going to have to do a few times before you can do it with ease. So at the moment obviously it's front facing, so all you have to do is there are 2 buttons on either side, 2 grey buttons here and here. You don't have to press them in together, you can press them and once they're pressed in, they're in, which is quite a nice thing as well if you haven't got both hands available. Just grab hold of the buggy bar and, she says, lift. And then you just turn it around. Now this is the bit that I find a little bit tricky at the moment, but like I say, I'm sure once I've done it a few times, I tend just to sit one side in and then actually stretch it over and clip it in the other side and then push that side in. That seems to be the best way to do it. I can get this side in now. There. So now you have a front facing buggy, which is really one of the features, like I say, one of the features I wanted. Also having the buggy bar. I love having a buggy bar. It just, to me, I just feel happier, especially when you've got sort of an older, not quite a toddler, but an older baby that's sitting up, and it's something for them to hold on to, and it's just a bit more reassurance that they're not going to, I mean, I know they're not going to fall out because obviously they've got the safety clip. The buggy bar moves freely and it also just pops out, and it's squishy too obviously because it folds. So that's something, I mean, you could completely take the buggy bar off if you didn't want to have one on, and that's how it looks. So to clip that back on is fairly easy. Just push the buttons back in and it just clips back into place. Right, I'll just turn it back around again because it's probably easy to talk about it the other way around. And while I've got it off, I'll just also mention that you can get adapters, which I haven't got yet, but I'm going to get, which obviously sit in here, and then you can fit on a Maxi-Cosi Pebble or Cabrio Fix car seat. We'll clip onto that, which again is one of the things that I wanted, because then I'm going to look at getting a base for those car seats, so it's just easy just to transfer them. And while it's off as well, the basket, it's not massive, it's not a huge basket, I would probably just say it's sort of medium size. It's not particularly deep. It has got a separate little pocket at the back here, which I suppose would be quite good for bottles of water and things that you want to grab hold of quickly. You could probably fit a baby bag in there or some nappies and such like. but you wouldn't get your weekly shopping there. And that was one of the things with Zach's buggy. I needed a big basket because I used to use public transport a lot and go and do my food shopping, so I needed a massive shopping basket so I could get a lot of stuff in. But this time it's not needed, so that is perfectly adequate for me. So let me pop this back on again. Oh, she says. There we go. See if I can do it again. There we go. See, I'm getting better. Right. So the other basics, obviously you've got your seat unit 5-point harness, which is quite an easy one to do. They just sit inside one another and then clip into the main unit. They're obviously fully adjustable, and they clip off because all of the seating unit can be removed to be washed, which is another bonus. It's on the smallest setting at the moment, but then you've got a larger setting for when baby or toddler gets bigger. With regards to recline, another thing that I really liked, because a lot of the other buggies that I had were those pull cord reclines, and I just, personally, I can't stand those at all. So I was really happy that this one has got a handle recline. So you've got altogether 4 reclines, and one is lie flat, which is perfect for a newborn baby. So it is for newborn up until I think about 3.5, 4. I think it's 15 or 17 kilograms. So this is perfect. Obviously the other way around for when you've got a newborn baby, so you can see baby. That's what I'll be using it for. And then the next one up is quite a nice one for sort of, again, young baby, but just to lift them up a little. And then you've got your sort of halfway in between the two, and then right back up again. The canopy, the hood, is really good. I'm really impressed with this. It's on sort of a hinge here, so it's not one of those where you have to sort of click it up and fold it. You do actually have to do it two-handed, which isn't ideal, but I think once you get used to it, it's perfect. So the hood itself, obviously it's elasticated around here, so it will go down all the way with all your different reclines. But one of the things that I really like about it is this part of the canopy actually moves. So if it's a sunny day or a windy day and you want to shade baby from the elements, then you can just pop it virtually all the way down. So, and also a good point is if they're sleeping and you want to give them a little bit more, so it's a little darker. And there's a big window at the back here, so when you have it sort of set to about there, even when toddler's sat all the way up, you can still see him, which is another great feature. I had a lovely buggy, lovely green buggy that I brought from the Czech Republic. And one of the things I really wanted was a viewing window, which it did have, but you could only see baby when baby was lying down. When he was sitting all the way up, I couldn't see him without sort of leaning right over to look in through the window, whereas here, if you've got the canopy set like this, when you're pushing the baby, you can see in and see what's happening. So that is a great, I love that hood, I think it's brilliant. And you can have it pulled all the way back if you just want a little bit of shade. So it's brilliant, and it's just easy to tuck in or out. Handles. The handles are adjustable. You can have them in the sort of standard ergonomic type setting, or you can have them sort of like a handle that's solid, or you can turn them all the way around. I suppose if you were maybe not 5'10" like I am, that would probably be a little bit more comfortable for you. That's easy. You do that with just little grey buttons on the side. Braking system is really easy. It's just on one side, so you just press the red to stop it, she says. This is one thing I haven't actually done yet. There we go, red stop, and that's pretty solid stop, and then the blue just to release it. Or maybe lift it up, or maybe push it down. I'll come back to that in a minute. The braking system is one thing I hadn't actually played with, which is a bit rubbish. Is that the reason why it was only £8.50? The brakes. Well, there we go. It's just a bit on the tough side. So it is push down, which maybe when you haven't got slippers on is an easier thing to do. Probably give that a little bit of looking at before I use it. I don't think the wheels come off. I haven't actually looked at that, but I don't think they do. But I've never seen the benefit of wheels coming off unless you want to clean them. I suppose if you were going on holiday and you needed more room, it could be useful, but I don't think the wheels come off this unit. It has suspension on the back and on the front as well, so it's like really good for going over all the rough ground and grass and such like. The other thing that I really found quite a neat little idea on this little buggy is how to lock the front wheels. I love the fact that you can lock front wheels, but I never really used it on any of my other buggies, and the reason most of the time was you have to come all the way around here, faff around down here, clicking in, clicking out, turning the wheel to get it to lock in, and if it's a wet weather you're going to get your hands all dirty and mucky and horrible, so I tended just not to ever do it, even when I probably could have used with doing it. But on this, all you do is you've got a catch on either side, these little grey catches here, which you just move down, and then you swivel the wheels until they're in the lock position, and they lock. Easy as that. So there's no bending down, there's no faffing around with muddy wheels, it's as easy as two little clips, and then you just unclip them, and they're off again. Brilliant. Love that. I think that's probably everything. So, I haven't folded it. I will fold it, and then that will be everything, definitely. But I think it is a really great buggy. I have no idea how much they are to buy brand new, but I think I've been really lucky with this one because it's in such good condition. The seating unit is in perfect condition. The footrest doesn't even look like it's ever had any feet on it, and the frame is brilliant. So it is really worthwhile going out there and looking for bargains like this. I would imagine it's going to be a couple of hundred brand new, maybe less, I don't know, maybe more. I don't know what model it is. I have watched a couple of reviews online where it has the crossbar over the top of the shopping basket, which this one doesn't have, so I don't know if this is an earlier or a later model. I've also seen where the writing on the side is slightly different on some of them, but they're all the Maxi-Cosi Loola. I know they've got the Maxi-Cosi Loola Up, I think it is now, which has got the solid handle, which this one obviously hasn't got. So I think that's the only difference between the two. I'll tell you what else I haven't done is the rain cover. The rain cover is great when it's on, but it is really, really tricky to get on. I will have a go at putting it on. I've only had a go at putting it on once, and I was a little bit rubbish at it. Basically it's a zip, which just zips in on the inside. It's the kind of thing that you wouldn't really want to be doing in a downpour. You'd want to find somewhere dry to do it. So it's easy to get it on, it's just actually getting it around the top part. But like I say, once it's on, it's a lovely rain cover. See? Again, it could be a little bit like the clipping the frame on and off. Once you've done it a few times, there's probably a knack. It would be better if you could get to the zip on the inside. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. It was much better than the last time I did it. And then you've got little poppers that pop underneath the seat just to hold it. I did just notice as well there are some loops here. I don't know where you attach those to. There may be somewhere to attach those. But yeah, it's a great, once it's on, it's a really good quality. It comes really far down. And I say with the fact that you can move the canopy, if you have got a toddler who's a little bit bigger, you can move it down so it definitely covers his or her feet. The other thing I did think once I got the rain cover on is the fact that you can't, is a bit of a tricky one to sort of pull up because it's got this bar here. But I did think that you could just pull that up. So if there's anything, if baby wants something, you can unhook that and sort them out, pass them a drink, give them some snacks or whatever, rather than going in through the front, which I always used to do. There's no sort of gap or anything, so you literally, once it's popped in at the bottom, you can't get in through the front. But it is a really good rain cover and really well made. It's nice thick material, which I don't think, I had my first buggy was a Mama and Papa's buggy, and I loved the rain cover on that. That was a really good rain cover because it had a zip sort of here, so you could unzip it once you were in the shop and sort of pull back the top. You didn't have to keep taking the rain cover off when you went inside the shop and came back out again into the rain, which I found really good. But it was only a few months old and it had already got rips in it, quite a good couple of rips, which I was really disappointed in. Especially, I brought that buggy from new and it was even discounted, I think it was nearly £300, so I was pretty disappointed with that. This being a second-hand one, it's got a few sort of watermarks on it, so it does look like it's been used, but there are no rips. It has got, another thing to point out, little ventilation holes on either side of it, so obviously maybe you'll get air, which is always a good thing, I find. Yeah, that was much better than last time, so maybe it is one of those things, once you get to know it, it's easy. Folding it is easy. I have found, well, I haven't tried folding it when the push does the other way around. I probably should, because it would be a bit annoying if you have to keep turning it round if you want to fold it. And I've always folded it in the sitting up position. I don't know if you can do it any other way, but I probably will give that a go. I also find that locking the front wheels are a good thing to do as well once it's folded. So all you do to fold it is a little bit like an umbrella, like a standard umbrella sort of pushchair. First of all, you push both of these little grey doobies in. That unlocks the frame. And there's a handle. Turn it round. The handle just here, which you just pull, and then it all collapses inwards. So I found just pushing it down onto the floor, and then there's a latch on that side that just catches, which it does it once you push it down. It just catches on itself. You don't have to catch it. You don't have to manually do it. And there it is. It's not, obviously it's not the smallest buggy in the world when it's folded, but it's one solid unit, and that's what I was after. Obviously, if you do the car seat, then you won't have this attached all the time. If you're in the car, you just have the frame, so that would make quite a lot of difference. The only thing that I think will be quite annoying is the fact that it hasn't actually got any handle on the side to sort of, if you want to lift it to put it in the car, you can carry it using this handle here, and also you can pull it behind you like a sort of trolley, which is quite a nifty little trick. But like I say, there's no, because if you grab the handles they move up and down, because that's what broke the frame when you're folding it. So yeah, that's probably one of the other things that I will find slightly annoying, but I think the pros outweigh the cons. To open it up again, you just unhook the little latch and just basically give it a shake, put your foot on there, flip it down, and you should pull the handles up until they click, and that's it. You're ready to go. So yeah, all in all, I'm very impressed with it. I think it's going to be a good little buggy, although Jason says that we're probably going to have another 5 before we actually even have a baby. But I told him no, I like this one. This one is here to stay, definitely. For a few months anyway. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.